Welcome back everybody. I've got quite a good video. I think you guys are really going to like it. I'm going to talk about my all-time favorite summer nail polishes. That also includes polishes that were released this year, and quite a handful of them because there was some good collections if you saw my previous reviews. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit long. I narrowed it down. If you saw my stories, I got it narrowed down to like 48. Yeah. It's a lot. I am gonna go through these fairly quickly. I will link all them. Some of them I'll just mention real quickly, so you might want to get a piece of paper and a pencil and just write certain things down, because I'm not gonna go into all of them in depth. I'll just mention a few as we go along. Let's talk about my favorite summer polishes. I got my water here because I know I'm going to be here for a little while recording this, and it's going to be a lot of talking. So let's get into all the polishes. I got my water. I got my protein bar. It's going to be a long one. We're going to bust through. Hopefully you enjoy it. I know on my stories, about 65% of you said keep it at that. It's fine. Some others were like, no, that's too long. But I'm just going to try to please everyone, and I'll just get through them very quickly, and I'll have swatches for each one of them if I have them. I will add links to all these polishes in the description down below. A lot of them are affiliate links, some of them are not, just so you guys are aware, but I really appreciate your support. Okay, I'm going to start out with neutrals. I really love to wear neutrals in the summer, especially like light pinks and light whites, because they really make your tan pop, and they make it look like you have a tan, and they're just, I love it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Essie Fiji, and this one has been around for a super long time. I don't even know what collection it was released with. My bottle's a little bit thick. I need to get a new one. This is a cult favorite. The formula can be a little bit tricky, just so you're aware, but it really is a good polish. I really like how it pops. It's bright. You probably have to use 3 coats to get it opaque. It can be a little bit patchy, but if you know this, you probably either love it or hate it, so I'll let you decide if you like it or not, but it's just really, really good. And the next one I have is Talk to the Sand. Now this one's just a little bit peachier than Fiji. It's got about the same brightness, but the formula is really fantastic, you guys. You can get this opaque in 2 coats. It's just beautiful. This is my favorite polish from last year, 2020, out of all the new releases. I've talked about this so much on Instagram, so if you follow me there, this is no surprise to you, but this is just a really beautiful light peachy shade. It's so good. You really have to have this one. And with that wide brush that Essie has now, it's just really fantastic. I'll put a few pictures up here of me wearing it that have been posted around a little bit of me wearing it by the pool, but it really just brings out a tan. It's really bright and fun. This was released from the Sunny Business collection last year, and I love that collection so much. There's actually quite a few good polishes in there. It's available at Beyond Polish. I'm going a little bit darker, just a few shades darker. I have Couture Curator from the Essie Gel Couture line. This is from the ATELIER, I think that's how you say it, collection. It was like the original release of the Essie Gel Couture in 2016, and that is my favorite nail polish line. I always say I should wear them more, but I have so many polishes to go through, but I love Essie Gel Couture. They last a long time. I have like a full review of how long I've gotten this one to last. This is the first one that I ever wore. I wore it for like 10 days and it stayed on so well. I did apply the top coat halfway through, but this one is just so good. It's this beautiful kind of peachy coral shade, and it's a good one. These next 2 that I have feel like are pretty similar, and I like them pretty much about equally. I have Matter of Fiction and Pre-Show Jitters. Now, Matter of Fiction is maybe a touch more pink, but it's a really, really light pink, almost white. In fact, when you have it on your nails, it's pretty much almost white, but the pink makes it a little bit softer, which I love. I love wearing these on my toes. I think that's where I've worn them the most. They're just such a fun summer toe color. They're both Essie Gel Couture. I would suggest if you use the Essie Gel Couture line that you use their top coat that goes along with it. You're really going to get a long wear, and so these 2 are really fantastic. They both have pretty similar formulas. They're going to be a little bit curlyish. It's going to take a little bit to build up, so it's going to be 2 or 3 coats probably for each one of these, but that's pretty typical for a polish that's pretty light. These are really good if you're trying to build up your Essie Gel Couture line. These are some of my top ones. Next we have Lisbon Wants More OPI, and this was released from the summer 2018 collection. It was the Lisbon collection. This one is so good. It's like a light pink, but it has just a touch of purple, so it makes it a little bit different from those ones that I just previously talked about. But the formula is really opaque. It's more of a starker white, but the pink softens it just a little bit, so it's not like a total stark white, but it's so so good in the summer. This is one of my favorite polishes that OPI has ever come out with. It's probably in my top 10 of OPI. It's going to be opaque in 2, maybe 3 depending on your application, but I can get, I think, 2 coats out of this usually. That's why I think it's so great. Then we have Coastal Sand-tuary, and this is new from their newly released Malibu collection for this summer, and that was kind of an interesting collection. I have a review of that collection you can check out. I liked it. Half of it was neutrals and half of it was kind of some yellow, kind of brighter toned. They're not all yellow, but they kind of had a warmer tone to them, the rest of the colors. Anyway, this was probably my favorite from that collection. It's a really good neutral. It's a nice beige off-white shade and it's really beautiful and the formula is really fantastic. You're going to be able to get this opaque in 2, maybe 3 depending on your application, but this one is really good if you're looking for a nice off-white. Then we have Taupe-less Beach. I've loved this one for a long time. It's a beautiful taupe shade. This was from the Brazil collection that came out in 2014, and that was a pretty good collection. There was a lot of ones that I really liked in that collection. I don't have a review of that one. I hadn't started doing reviews at that time, and I don't have all the polishes from this collection, but this is the one that I made sure that I wanted to pick up. It's like a beautiful taupe, but it has a little bit of purple in it, and it's just so fun to wear in the summer. I also think it's kind of fun to wear in the fall. It might even be a good like summer to fall transition shade, but this is really good. It has a nice formula. It's a little bit curlyish. That's one of my favorite type of formulas, and so I like this one. Then we have Bonfire Serenade. This is also from the new Malibu collection. It's a beautiful brown. It's got a good balance of warms and cool tones, which really makes it more neutral in my opinion, and it's got a fantastic formula. I do love a good brown. I know a lot of people thought brown was kind of weird in the summer, but I do like to wear browns, especially this kind of brown in the summer. Okay, now we're gonna go on to blues. This is Salt Water Happy, and it's from the summer 2015. Yeah, it's from the summer 2015 collection. You probably haven't heard about this one. In fact, let me know if you have, because I haven't talked about this for a while and I don't really hear it talked about, but it is still available. It is so beautiful. It's like a periwinkle. It's a muted periwinkle blue. Just love it for summer. That whole collection was really, really good, you guys. I think I have a few more of these in my summer favorites, and I think I even had some in my spring favorites. It's got like Peachside Babe, Chilato, and a few others. But anyway, this is a really good standout. The formula is so good. It's a little bit thicker, not too thick, but thick enough that you're going to get this opaque in maybe only 1, possibly 2 coats, you guys. It's so good. It doesn't get talked about, and I think I'm going to wear this next because I want to just bring it up again because I think it's been forgotten, but it's really good. Next we have Blue La La from the summer 2017 collection. As you can see, this one's a little bit brighter and not as muted, and it's got a brighter blue shade. I love this blue. It is so good. When this came out, oh, I was so excited about this collection. I think I saw this collection for the first time when I was in New York with Essie, and so I love this even more because it means a lot more to me. This one is so good. You have to have it if you really love blues. I feel like I like this a little bit more than Mint Candy Apple just because the color tone I like a little bit better, but actually it's pretty close to that, and I think the formula is a little bit better on this one, so this one's really good too. This one's Take the Lead, and it's from the summer 2019 collection, I believe, and it's a really beautiful blue shade. As you can see here, it's a little bit original. It's got a nice color tone to it. It's a little bit cooled and bright and perfect for summer. I can just see this in like a Zion landscape. If you've ever been to Zion's in Utah, you know what I'm talking about, but I think I'm going to take this on my trip because I'm heading out there this week. So I'm going to bring this one for sure because it'll look beautiful against that red rock. Yes, I plan my polish around scenery sometimes, but I take a lot of pictures. So this one's really good. The formula is fantastic. That brush is so nice, and you need this one. PRET-A-SURFER is one that doesn't get talked about very often either, and it's such a cool color. It's also from that summer 2015 collection that I was talking about, that Saltwater Happy was. I remember I lived in Florida when this collection was released, and I picked this one up and I wore it to the beach, and oh, it's so good, you guys. It's kind of a blue periwinkle shade, but it's a mid-tone color, and the formula is so good. That the formulas in that whole collection were so good, and you guys, it's still available. I think I found it on Amazon. I don't know how many bottles are left, but I will link it down below, and you gotta get this one, especially if you love blues, because it's a little more muted and I feel like it's just unique compared to a lot of the other blues. I don't wear a ton of blues, but this is one on my list because it leans a little bit more purple and that's my preference. Okay, classic Butler Please. What collection is this one from? Let me check my notes here. Winter 2012 collection. So this is from a winter collection. Obviously, I do love to wear these kind of blues in summer, fall, and winter. Any time of the year, these blue shades just pop. I don't know, there's not much else I can say about it. I just really, really love it. Okay, sorry. Little interruption. My son thought he worked this morning, but he looked at his schedule wrong and he was freaking out. But anyway, we're good. He works later. Crazy summer schedule. This next one is Dance Party Till Dawn, and this is so beautiful. It's hard for me. Okay, it's gonna be my mission to find the perfect teal. I want one that's a little bit brighter and a little more aqua, but this one's gonna work for now. This is from the OPI Neon collection from summer 2019, and that whole collection actually was really good. And I wouldn't say they're neons, but they're very bright. The pictures don't really do this one justice, but it really is beautiful on the nails. It has a little bit more blue in it than green. I think a lot of the teals have more green in it, and sometimes I just want one that has a little bit more blue in it. But it's going to be my quest this summer to find the perfect teal polish. And I will try to find one and post it on Instagram, but I really just want to find a nice bright one. But this one is one that I really like too. Okay, now we're going to get into the greens. Here's another Essie Gel Couture one. This is Take a Walk. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. I could also talk about Chilato and Going Guru. Those are along the same lines. Going Guru is a little bit more green, but I love this one. And it lasts a long time on your nails because it's the Gel Couture line. It's just a beautiful shade, spring or summer. I just love to pull these kind of shades out. And then if you really want a bright neon, this one is Tropic Like It's Hot. It's from the new China Glaze Havana Nights collection. The reason I really like this one is because the formula is really great and it leans a little bit more green instead of a little bit more yellow, and I really just like that. I don't wear a lot of yellow in the summertime. I really like soft yellows in the spring, but I really enjoy greens more in the summer, and this is a really fun bright one that I will just pull out like once or twice during the summer, just when I'm on vacation at a beach or pool. I have a review of this collection if you want to check it out, and this one is just really, really good. I think the formula is good compared to a lot of the other kind of yellow-green neons that are out there. This next one is Lime Fizz. It's showing up super bright here. It's not that bright, but it is pretty bright. It's a beautiful green shade. It has a little bit of yellow in it, but it still has a little bit of cool toned in it. I feel like it's pretty balanced that way. Sometimes I prefer the more cool tones, and those are the ones, the four next that are coming up are going to be a little bit more cooler toned, have a little bit more blue in them, but this is just so good. You're gonna need 3 coats in it. This is from their new summer collection. Did I say that already? That just was released this year. I love that they're getting some brighter new shades. This one is ORLY Plastic Jungle. This one is such a really good green, you guys. I love it so much. As you can see, it's cooler than this one, so it has a little bit more like blue tones, cooler tones in it. This is from their new Electric Escape collection. The whole collection's fantastic. Just go buy it all right now. If you really like bright shades and some neon shades, that whole collection was just really good. It's probably my favorite collection that has been released this summer. I don't know, I'll put a few pictures up so you can see it. It's just really fun and unique. Another one that you guys all need is Cirque Colors Thirsty. This is so beautiful. This is really cool toned, and so it's just, and it's bright. It's a neon. I got this from the Vice collection last year, but they re-released it with their collection this year, so it's available, and Beyond Polish actually has this one. I was so tempted to pick up that whole collection, but I didn't. I still might though. We'll see. Their new Cirque or Vice collection that came out this year is really good too. It's got a good purple that I really want, a really cool toned purple that I'm kind of been eyeing, and some other yummy bright shades. Their Vice collections are my favorite, and these polishes are a little bit more expensive, but I think if you pick up a few bottles, you're going to be happy. And this is one that I think you definitely need, especially if you really love bright colors. ORLY Vintage, you guys, this one's so good. This is probably the aqua of my dreams, and I've probably already found it, really, in this one. It is so good. This is called Vintage. It is the perfect kind of teal. It does lean a little bit more green, and so I want something that leans a little bit more blue, but I love this one, you guys. If you don't have this, you need to go get it now. It's from the ORLY Spring 2016. 2016? that's should be 2019. I'll put on here, I feel like I just got this not too long ago, but I don't know, maybe it is spring 2016. Anywho, this one's really good. As you can see, it's showing up super bright here, and it is bright, but it's not that bright. So good one. Another beautiful green, and the camera never does this one justice. The swatch definitely does not do this justice, you guys. It does not give you a sense of what the color is, and I tried so many different pictures. It's just so hard, but this is what I love about it. It looks different in different lighting, and it's just really cool. It's the coolest shade of green. I have nothing like this. It's called Head to Mojitos. It's from their new Havana Nights collection. I have a review of that collection. It was a pretty good collection. This is probably my favorite from that collection. Also that neon yellows from that collection that I was just talking about earlier. You gotta get this one. I know a lot of you have already picked this one up after my review, but this one is so good. Okay, now we're gonna get into pinks. Have I lost you guys yet? Or are you still with me? This next one is Backseat Besties. It's from the spring 2017 collection, and it's just the perfect bubblegum pink. It's a perfect mid-tone shade. It's got fantastic formula. I really just like a mid-tone pink in the summertime. There's a lot of them, but this one is probably one of my favorites, and all companies have a color like this, but this one just stands out to me. I don't know if it's just because it's a little bit brighter, but I always think of this one because it really is just really good. I did a cool nail art design, I think, with this entire collection, so I'll try to post that here so you guys can see that, but that whole collection was really pretty good. 2016 and 2017 were just such good years for polish. We need some more years like that. I feel like we're struggling a little bit in that department. Okay, another Cirque Colors, a bright neon. This was also from their Vice collection last year. This one's called Valley of the Dolls. I believe you can still get it. I'll put a link down below if you can, but it's just a beautiful bright pink. It's perfect for summer. I wore it out on my boat last summer and a few other places. I just really love a bright hot pink. This one's lighter in color. There's some other darker ones that I'm going to be talking about a little bit later, but this one's lighter, which makes it a little bit different. And so it's cool. I like it a lot. I love Cirque Colors. Such a good brand. Then we have Mod Square. This has been a favorite of mine for a really long time. When was this released? Let's see. Spring 2007. So it's been around for a long time. It's a beautiful mid-tone pink, but it maybe is a touch darker. And then it has some cool tones in it. Maybe even just like a touch of purple. And it's just a good classic summer shade. If you like something that's kind of bright, but not neon, but still fun, this is a good option. I know not everyone likes neons, but this is kind of a more just bright color. Running out of things to say. I love it. It's been a favorite for a long time. Then we have a Strike a Rose. This is from the summer 2019 collection. It's beautiful and bright. I wore this in Hawaii. That whole collection actually is really good. It's got a lot of bright polishes. Another good one is Essie Souls on Fire from that collection. Mine has gotten a little bit thick and glumpy, and I don't know if yours has, but so I didn't stick that one in here just because I have another one that I like almost as much as I like that one, but that one's really good too. And I wore them all in Hawaii, and they're just bright and beautiful and perfect for summer. No shade here. This has been a favorite of mine for a little bit. This is from the Rocky Rose collection, their summer 2019 collection. This is probably one that I maybe could have sat out. There's a lot of these Essie pink colors that I like, but this one, I don't know, it's a little bit warmer tone, so it makes it a little bit different than like Mod Square. See how this is warmer and this one's a little bit cooler. So they are different, even though they are kind of similar, but I really enjoyed this one. Okay, and then the one that's on my nails right now is Strawberry Margarita. This is just a classic OPI shade. This is from the 2006 Mexico collection. So this has been around for a really long time. I mean, if you collect OPI polishes, I guarantee you probably have this one. If you don't, it's good. It's just a good classic pink from the OPI line. If you like OPI and you want a classic pink, this is the perfect one. And then Olive and June Hot Strawberry. This is from their new summer collection as well. I love this one. It's going to take about 3 coats to build up, but it just builds up to a nice, beautiful color. After that, I really enjoy this one. It's a little bit lighter than some of these other ones and a little bit brighter, and I don't know, you probably can't tell. Maybe I'll put some of these as a comparison together and put them up on my page so you guys can see them. I don't know. What do you think about that? Okay, and then we have OPI Hotter Than You Pink. This one's been around for a long, long time as well. I gotta turn the page. I got like 4 pages here, you guys. It's from the 2014 Neons collection. It's one of my favorite shades to wear on my toes. It's a bright pink, almost neon shade, but it's got this beautiful, really subtle blue to purple iridescent shimmer in there. And it really just makes it fun in the sun. And I just really enjoy wearing it on my toes. Okay, now we're gonna talk about like neon pinks that are a little bit darker, not like this lighter one. It's ones that are a little bit darker. There's a lot that I can mention here, and this is where you might want to write it down. ORLY Beach Cruiser has been a favorite of mine for a really long time. It's showing up more purple than it really is, but it's really good. That's such a good one. I love ORLY so much, you guys. And then China Glaze just came out with one from their new Havana Nights collection called Guava Mama, and that one's really good. It's a little bit more warm tone. All of these are going to be a little bit different, but they're going to be pretty similar. So you can just decide maybe what nail polish line you like, and that will give you options. I also like Morgan Taylor Spin You Around, or Spin Me Around, from their new Feel the Vibes collection that came out this year as well, and I have a review for that one as well. So those are all great options for hot pinks. OPI also has one called VI Pink Passes. It's not as neon, but it's pretty bright, and that one's a good option too. Okay, so now we're going to talk about oranges and corals, and these are mostly like corally leaning orange shades, so that's why I have them in that category. This is Morgan Taylor It's My Moment. I've talked a lot about this one on my stories recently. If you follow me on there, you know I know a lot of you have picked this one up. It's the perfect like light neon peach shade. I'm just saying, it's so good. I've had it on my toes for about a month now, and it's just, it goes with so many different colors too. So it's a good pedicure color because it'll go with different mani colors, and you just need this one. I'm going to say it right now. Make sure to get this one. It's the best one out there. It's got a really great formula, and I don't know, I have a review of this collection, so you can check that out too. Peachside Babe, you guys know this has been a favorite of mine for a super long time, and I post about it a lot. I've reposted some of my pictures on Instagram about this one. This is from the summer 2015 collection. Like I said, it's that same collection as Saltwater Happy and PRET-A-SURFER. If you're an Essie collector, get that whole collection because it's just epic. I don't say obsessed, but I probably would say I'm obsessed with that collection. But I don't really like to use that word. I don't know why. I'm weird. I just don't. It's overused. Anyway, I love Peachside Babe so much. It's so good. There's not much else to say about it, but it's just really good for summer. And then we have FPF XXX, and this is from their Retro Summer 2016 collection. That collection is so good. I think there's one that I don't have from that collection, and there's a local beauty shop that carries like all the old collections. I think I'm gonna have to go try to find that one. I wonder if they still have it. Oh dear, I just added another thing on my to-do list. And I will make sure it gets done because I really want that one. It's called Selling and Nailing. It's the blue one. Anyway, this one is so good. So if you don't like neons but you want something a little bit brighter, indoors this one's going to be kind of a subtle coral shade, but in the sun it's going to be really bright. Oh hi Piper, you came inside? Come here. But it's not totally neon. I would say if you're a little bit older and you like the more kind of mature shades, this is a good option because it's not going to be super neon. So it's good. But in pictures that I take in the sunshine, it looks super bright. So I love that about it. And this next shade's kind of like that too. This is Living on the Boulevard. What collection is this from? This is from the OPI Fiji 2017 collection. And I love this one. Indoors, same thing. This one's a little bit darker and not as pink. It definitely is a little bit more kind of red orange. But indoors, it's going to be a little bit more subtle, but kind of corally orange. And then outside, it's going to be quite bright. So I would say if you don't like brights, like I said before, this is a good option for you for the summer because it's going to be punchy, but not too punchy. That's why I include all these, because they're different options. That's why there's so many. Orange You Rockstar, that's also from the Neons collection. Yeah, I think it was the 2019 collection. And I love this one. It's a beautiful corally, but it's more of like a pink corally. It's so pretty. I kind of want to put it on now. It's a good one. too. These are a little bit more crelly, so they're going to take like 3 coats to build up, but it's worth it in the end, I promise. I think this one dries matte too. And just so you know, some of these neon shades, I can't get them to last on my nails super long, so I don't want you to expect that to happen because I just don't think they do. I don't think they're meant to be that way unless I'm crazy, but I never have them last super long. But I only want to wear neons really for a couple days anyway. I just don't like to have them on that long. I usually just wear them like on vacation days, so just keep that in mind. Here's another classic. This is Flip Flop Fantasy. So this is a beautiful shade. I almost wasn't going to include it, but then I thought, no, I really need to. And I don't think I've ever swatched this, you guys. I've had it for a long time. I feel like the original one was a little more orange and a little more peachier. I went on a hunt to find it, and I feel like they reformulated it, and this is the newer one, so it's a little bit more darker and corally, but it's still beautiful. But I could never find that original one, so I got this one. I've never really done a swatch of it. I'll try to do one so I can add it here, or I'll put one on my Instagram shortly just so you guys can see it. It might be hard to capture, but it's a good shade. The formula can be a little bit tricky, but I think it's worth it. And then I've talked about Artificial Orange from the new Electric Escape collection for 2019 from ORLY, and it is so good, you guys. It's a beautiful orange but has some coral in it, and it's very, very bright. I would say it's really close to being neon, but I wouldn't say that it was neon, and I just love it. It just glows in the sun, and like I said, this whole entire collection was really, really great. I'm really liking orange and greens. Let's get into the more purple tones, and a lot of these are kind of pinky purples because those are my favorite. This first one we have is Baguette Me Not, and it's from the summer 2017 collection. It's really, really fun for summer. This one's so good. Essie has a lot of colors like this one. This is my favorite because I think it leans a little bit more purple. The formula is really good, and that whole collection was just really fantastic, so that helps me like polishes even more. When a collection is good, I like the polish a little bit better. I don't know, that's wacky, but this one, it's kind of bright, but it's not like super bright. It's the perfect purpley pink. I will show it compared to like Backseat Besties, which is more it's on the same kind of line, but it's more of like a warmer pink, and this is cooler with the purple in it. So, and then compared to these, so you can see it has more purple in it. That's why it's in the purple category. Okay, let's move on to this one. Let's take a moment of silence for this one. No, though, I really love this polish so much. You need it. Beyond Polish has been out of stock. I'm not sure if they're going to get more, and so I'm worried for you guys. I think you just need to go. I'll put 2 links. I'll put one for Beyond Polish because I appreciate when you shop there, but you might just have to get it from their website if you can't find it anywhere else. You guys, I would pay full price for this because it's so good, you guys. Well, maybe you're more patient than me, but this is probably going to be my favorite polish from this last year. I kind of have a feeling that it is, and I've said that a few times, but it's this beautiful purpley pink, just like this other one that I talked about, but it's just got a brightness to it, and it's a little bit darker, and so it totally sets it apart. And the formula is fantastic. My sisters saw me wearing this and they were like, oh, and they bought it online right then. It's really fantastic, you guys. Okay, now we're going to talk about Cirque Colors Euphoria, and this is a beautiful, cool toned purple. It's a neon, and there's not much else to say about it. I don't even know if I've really worn this that much. I'm definitely gonna have to pull it out this summer because I got hooked on Valley of the Dolls, which was from that collection. I've got 3 from that collection from last year's Vice's collection in here that I talked about earlier, but so good, you guys. They're about $12.50 a bottle, I think, but they're worth it for a few if you love nail polish. Positive Vibes Only, that's also from the Neon Summer Collection for 2019. This has quite a bit of a red tone in it, and it's bright and vibrant. I was going to put in there I Manicure for Beads, but I felt like, oh man, that's actually a little bit more muted and a little bit darker, and I kind of like it more as a transition shade from summer to fall, and that's when I'll be wearing that one, so I might put it in my fall video. But this one's kind of a brighter, maybe a little more pink version of that, and so I chose this one over that. It was a tough decision, you guys. but this one's really fantastic. It's gonna build up so beautifully in 2 coats. I really need to wear more purple. I haven't worn purple for a while. Maybe that'll be my next mani, we'll see. And then we have ORLY Synthetic Symphony. This is more of a cool toned one, so it has a lot more blue in it. This one has more red in it. The formula is so good. This is from the Electric Escape collection. I could have put that whole collection in here, honestly, but I was trying to like slim it down to 48, you guys. But this one, I don't know what to say about it. It's a purple, but it's just got this cool tone to it. I couldn't find anything like it. It's just quite neat. So now, oh, I gotta reach down and get reds. Okay, so this one is called Red Eye. This is from Sally Hansen. So when I ordered this, I was going to order the Red Eye from the Cruella collection, and I did online from Ulta, and I went to pick it up, and they gave me this one. It doesn't say Cruella on it, but I feel like they just kind of like used Red Eye from their past line in the Cruella line. I could be wrong, but my sister was wearing the new Cruella red polish. I need to compare it to hers, and I had to go find it. It really does have a good formula, so I don't know if they're the same or not, but this is Red Eye and it's from their Miracle Gel line, and it really is a good red for summer. I really love like the bright cherry reds, and the formula is really fantastic on it. Another one that I really love is Emmy Have You Seen Oscar? I could have put all kinds of reds in here, and I don't wear red a ton. I probably wear it more in the fall, but I do crave a good red in the summer, just here and there, and if it is, it's cherry red, and this one's a cherry red too. And honestly, when I swatched these by each other yesterday, they're pretty close. So, if not exactly the same. So I only just put a few reds in here because there's so many, you guys. You know I hate doing comparisons for red. It's just impossible. But this red, this corally red, is Cajun Shrimp, and I pull this out every summer. It's a classic from OPI. I don't even know when it was released. I know it's been around for a really, really long time, so I bet some of you could probably tell me when it was released. I pull this one out every summer. I've worn it on so many vacations, and it's good for toes, it's good for fingernails, it's good for anything, and you need this one in your life. Especially if you love OPI. Okay, we made it through. That was like 48 polishes. I will put up swatches for those that I have. There might be some that I don't, but trust me, they're good. You don't need a picture swatch all the time. I'm not going to have time to do that because I'm going out of town, but I will be posting these on my feed, just wearing them. I'm going to pull out a handful because I want to use them and wear them this summer, and so you'll be seeing those on my feed soon after I'm done with my China Glaze review, which I've been posting on Instagram right now. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too painful or too long. I tried to keep it a little short and sweet. Tell me what some of your favorite summer polishes are. I would love to know because I'd love to read through the comments, and maybe you'll remind me of some that maybe I forgot, and I'd just be curious to see what shades you guys are loving for summertime, and what are you loving that's maybe on trend this year. What are some of the shades that you're really liking that have come out, or maybe some that haven't? What shades are you really liking? Okay, we'll talk to you next time. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications. See you guys. Bye.